Hi, Denise. Hello, Denise. Denise.
Yes, yes. Hi, hi, hi.
Hi. So tell me who are the interpreters today to make sure that
Okay. Can you first upgrade me first?
I will, of course. Denise. The internet is poor.
Mm. You would have Tade, you would have Manel, and then Stephanie. These are the three interpreters.
Okay.
Yes.
Interpreters. Yes. I don't know why. Yes. Promote to panelists. Okay.
Okay. All right. That's it for now.
Accept.
Okay. So that's done. So they are connecting. So kindly give me like 10 minutes for us to connect, please.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Hey, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I see all the panelists have now joined, and then more people are joining us as participants. So allow me to give 2 more minutes to make sure that more people join us, and then we will start at 11:03 Algiers time, so 3 minutes from now. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone.
Morning, everybody. This is Joel connected.
Thank you, Joel. Yeah, if you can mute for now, and then we will invite you to speak. Thank you so much. I see more people joining. Thank you for making the time. Mhm. 2 more minutes and we start our webinar. I would like to ask everyone to please mute and rename, use adding the name of the organization or the country they are representing while we wait for more people to join us. We will start shortly in less than 2 minutes. Good. Uh, I see more people has already joined, so allow me maybe to start, and maybe the others will join us as we progress. I hope that I'm audible. George, can you confirm that all is good?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, good. Then good morning and good afternoon to all our participants joining us from across Africa and beyond. On behalf of the African Energy Commission, AFREC, I warmly welcome you to our webinar on enhancing skills and institutional capacity in the African energy ecosystem. It's truly encouraging to see such a diverse group of participants representing member state, regional institution, development partner, training providers, technical experts coming together for this important dialogue. We are gathered today to focus on one of the most important and crucial dimensions for Africa energy transformation, namely people and institutions. Today's discussion will shine a light on AFREC initiative, the partnership we are fostering, and the innovative framework we are introducing to bridge skills gap and promote collaboration. We will hear from experts and partners who have been at the forefront working with us to implementing training program, developing strategic framework, and building digital platform to support knowledge sharing in Africa. I would like really to thank all our partners that are with us today and beyond. Before we begin the program, I would like to quickly go through a few housekeeping points to ensure that everything runs smoothly. So the meeting is being held in English and French with simultaneous interpretation in both languages. Please, I would like to ask you to select your preferred language. Please also use the format I'm using to rename. So you have to include the name of your country, then first name and last name, or the organization first name and last name. Please mute your microphone when not speaking to avoid background noise. And you may also wish to type your question or comment in the chat at any time. We will have a Q&A session at the end to be able to raise your question and answer your question. Apart from that, I think everything will be running smoothly. So thank you again for your collaboration, and we look forward to a productive meeting and engagement today. Without any further ado, I would like to start this webinar, and I would like now that we are ready to begin to ask our Executive Director, Mr. Rashid Ali Abdallah, the Executive Director of the African Energy Commission, AFREC, to please take the floor and deliver his opening remark to share his perspective on enhancing skills and institutional capacity in the African energy sector. Sir, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mahdi. Good morning and good afternoon, wherever you are. Distinguished participants, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this important webinar on enhancing skill and institution capacity in African energy sectors. I would like to thank each of you for joining us today and for continuous commitment to advance Africa energy future. The future of Africa energy sector will not be determined solely by the abundance of the available natural resources or the technology we adopted. Its foundation will lie in the strengthening of our institution and skill capacity of our people. As a specialized agency of African Union, the African Energy Commission, AFREC, we believe that the resilient, integrated, and sustainable continental energy system can only be achieved through sustained investment in human capital and institution capacity, underpinning by coordinated cross-border cooperations. Today's gathering is a milestone in our shared journey. We will present some of our actions that we are pursuing and would appreciate receiving feedback on how to improve and progress together. Across Africa, I am inspired by a dedication of technical experts, young professionals, regulators, and energy institutions working tirelessly to make our energy system more secure, inclusive, affordable, and sustainable. Our capacity building program in AFREC aims to amplify those efforts by bridging skill gaps, sharing best practice, and ensuring that knowledge and expertise are scaled and sustained across borders. I would like to express my gratitude to all experts and partners for their expertise and vision shared. Let us be clear. The success of our work will be measured not by the number of the reports we publish, but the effectively we implement the action and the tangible outcome that bring to our sector system and Africa people. Ladies and gentlemen, I call upon African Union member states, regional institution, utility, training provider, and professional to embrace the spirit of synergies and share responsibility. Together, we can make energy security a cornerstone of Africa we want, driving lasting investment in a skilled workforce, empowering our workforce, and building a strong institution for lasting achievement. I look forward to our discussion today, to the knowledge we will share, and to the partnership we will strengthen. Let us use this platform to inspire action, foster collaboration, and shape the brighter, energy secure future for our continent. Thank you, and I wish us all the productive session. Thank you very much. Hand over to you, Mahdi.
Thank you so much, Executive Director, for setting the tone for today's session and for underlining, of course, the importance of investing in both human capital but also institutional capacity. This vision will, of course, guide our discussion as we move forward. I would like to move to the next session and the first session, and I would like not to monopolize the word, but I am tasked to do this presentation. So our first session will focus on strengthening energy skills in Africa. We'll begin with the short overview of AFREC capacity building program. For those who didn't join us in a previous session, we will set the objective vision, but some of the results we've been able to achieve, especially the skills gap assessment report. This will give us a shared understanding of the challenge and opportunity that lie ahead of us. I would like to kindly ask my colleague George to please put the presentation so I can go quickly through short slides, and I promise to be brief. Then I will be followed with 3 speakers that will really show the things that we've been able to implement. So basically, we are trying to build a program and for the cornerstone of the program. So we have this gap assessment. We have other activities that will be presenting today through my presentation and also through the three speakers that we have today. George, please let me know when the presentation is ready so I can quickly go through the slides. And again, I would like to thank everyone, colleagues, and all our partners who are joining. As I see more people joining the presentation. George, inform me when it's possible.
Apologies, maybe the presentation is delaying just a bit. Sorry.
No problem. So basically,
Our technologies.
yes. So anyway, I will maybe start with with an overview. Everyone here in the meeting are well aware that the building is at the heart of the mandate of AFREC. So it's a new program, but it was always a priority for AFREC. We really believe that without strong institution and skilled professional, our continent cannot achieve a sustainable and inclusive energy. So the overall view is to progress both a skilled professional but institutional capacity in the continent to make sure that we achieve a sustainable energy future for the continent. I see the presentation, if you can put it in a presentation mode, but move to second slide. Yes, second. Thanks. Excellent. So, Africa, as we all know, Africa energy system, as we all know, faces many challenges, but among the most pressing ones are the gap in human and institutional capacity and the shortage in specialized skills. These gaps vary from a country to another and from one energy subsector to another. So the approach that AFREC is trying to have in building this program is to target this difference through tailored evidence-based intervention. So you will see that in all what we do, we are going continental, but of course we are focusing country by country, subsector by subsector. Our capacity building program is designed, as I just said, to strengthen both individual and institutional capacity across member states, regional economic community, technical institution. We aim to position AFREC as premium continental capacity building hub. So it's a center of excellence that connects member states with the right expertise, resources, and partners. In this approach, we would like to facilitate knowledge sharing, link countries with those who have successfully addressed similar challenges, and accelerate the adoption of best practices. So one of the elements that we will see us also insisting on when you participate in our meetings, but also on our training, etc. You will see more training coming is this aspect of knowledge sharing, linking countries, linking like-minded institutions, and acceleration of the adoption of best practices. Because at AFREC we believe that the knowledge exists, but building skills force needs more action to reach out to more people. So also Dr. Charlie will later speak about the framework for knowledge knowledge and skills exchange in the African continent. Our program again targets the various people. So we are talking to policymaker, energy planner, regulator, technical expert, practitioners from member state, regional power pool, Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, but also other stakeholders. And we've been, of course, supported by so many people. I would like to thank the Swedish International Development Agency, but we are receiving a lot of intention to be supported by many other partners, African and international partners. Next slide, please. I would like here to really deep dive on the skills assessment gap, and my colleague George will be able to share with everyone here in the webinar and beyond the report that is launched by AFREC to make related to skills gap assessment. So basically, the idea behind it was to make our intervention effective, and we started with this report as an assessment of the skills and the capacity gaps both at individual and institutional level. This was run with a consultancy firm, but of course with the support with all the regional centers, with the regional economic communities, and also with member states, where we've been able to give a balanced picture of the current capacity level across the continent in the 5 regions. I would like to emphasize this. We've been able to emphasize the most urgent gap to be closed and guide the development of targeted training plans. So in the report, we have the level of gaps per region, but also the most urgent gap you will see per year, the gap per region, the gaps that exist, but also how we are going to cross this gap through targeted training plan. And for that, we are giving solution per year, year 1, year 2, year 3. I would like to ask my colleague George to share the link for this report in the chat. And we have been again able to identify over 150 training subsector tailored to the specific needs of the African energy professionals. Next slide, please. So here to give you also the key support area that we are talking about. So our training will cover a wide range of priority, policy and regulatory framework, energy market and investment, energy project development and management, operation and maintenance of energy facility, development of renewable energy technologies such as solar, geothermal, and other things. Also related to electricity transmission, all the wide range of the energy sectors. Next, please. So here we would like to talk about the regional capacity building needs, which you will find also in details in the report. We recognize that capacity building needs differ from region to another. For example, in the North region, you'll find that renewable energy financing and regulatory framework are priorities, while in the East, we have strong need in rural electrification and just energy transition, and so on. We use this regional priority to tailor our training model and ensure that we have maximum impact. So this gap assessment was just for that purpose. Is just to have tailored solution or tailored training model that ensure maximum impact per region. Next, please. So for the next next 3 slides, I think it is the same. You will see the list of George, if you can move to the next. You will see that the different, yes, here you will find per region here the different target for year 1, the different training. You can go to next, George. For North region, for the Central region, for the Western, and for the South. You can pass, George, so you'll see all these details in the report. A list of what can be achieved year 1, what can be achieved in year 2, and what can be achieved in year 3. For this slide, and at present, AFREC is implementing several flagship initiatives. I just spoke about the framework for cross-border strategic cooperation in skills sharing. Dr. Charly will be able to develop this in the next presentation. We are running a training program, and here we are having online trainings. We just concluded online training on smart grid technology, but also we are developing a wide range of in-person training, and the invitation will reach all member states very, very soon. This is on renewable energy project planning, financing, and implementation of the project. You will be able to join us in person to run to benefit from this project. For this, we are working with Strathmore University, and we will have Dr. Sawoki present more details on what we will intend to do. We are also developing an IT-based energy capacity building information system. For this, we are working with MK Business, I have Dr. Joel with me in this webinar who will shed light on more information about the IT here. It's a platform that will enable you to e-learn, etc. So, yes, George, we are getting to the end because I don't want to mobilize the word. In conclusion, AFREC capacity building program is not more just about training. It's also about building a strong, skilled, and connected African energy community. We believe that by working together, member state, RECs, our partners, the various partners we have, we can equip Africa's energy sector with the tool and expertise needed to deliver the energy transition and support African to leapfrog. So I would like to thank everyone. The colleagues that are presenting after me will be able to shed light more information about the specific things that I've been talking about, but also you can reach out to us through emails and other to get more information about our program. And as I just said, that you will hear from us more and more about what we are intending to do. So we can drop the presentation for now, George. I would like to transit quickly to the next presentation by the African School of Regulation to introduce the Continental Framework for Cross-Border Strategic Cooperation and this framework is designed to facilitate, as I said, knowledge transfer, institutional twinning, and peer learning across Africa energy sector. So it's my honor to invite Dr. Charlie to please share his presentation and take maximum 20 minutes for this. Dr. Charlie, you have the floor. Just one information, I will open up for, I see some comments and some question on the chat. I will open up for Q&A just after two other presentations. Dr. Charlie, you have the floor. I see
Thank
your
you very
presentation.
much. Can you see? Okay.
Yes, if you can
Fine.
put it in presentation mode, I thank you.
Sure. Okay. I think it's okay, right?
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Charly Gatete. I'm the senior applied researcher at the African School of Regulation. First of all, I want to thank the African Energy Commission for inviting us to this very important webinar to share what we have developed together. That's the Continental Framework for Cross-Border Skills Sharing in the African Energy Sector. Let me start by introducing briefly the African School of Regulation. It's a Pan-African institution which aims to build immense capacity in energy regulation that Africa needs to tackle the critical challenges of the energy sector. Basically, we work on 4 components. We offer some trainings, in-person and online trainings in energy sector, mostly on energy regulation. Second, we conduct some applied research to build a knowledge base on energy regulation. Third, we offer also some events such as webinars or conferences to deal with some critical challenges regarding the energy regulation in Africa. And then lastly, but not the least, we are building also a knowledge base and want to offer a repository of documents regarding energy regulation for African Union member states. Here we have our website, so we can have access to our webinars and all the reporting. Let me now to talk about what the presentation will be. We have, okay, thank you. Sorry, let me go back. Oh, can you hear? Let me.
Yes, Dr. Charlie, you have to share it, please.
Sorry for that. Let me share it again. Sorry for that.
Charlie,
Yeah, here we are, right?
it's coming. Yes, please, presentation mode. Thank you. Yes. You can proceed, Dr. Charlie. We can see both you and the presentation.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry for that. So the presentation is on a structure in three parts. We have first, we present like the background, setting the scene. Then in section 2, the framework. And then in section 3, how we want to implement the strategy, the framework. Let me talk about the background. Maybe already talk about this very important report, that is the Comprehensive Capacity Building Program for the African energy sector. A very good one that Africa have developed and published last year. And this report brings a very comprehensive situation, the current situation in the African energy sector. And one of the African primary challenges to energy sector development is the lack of human and institutional capacity, as well as the limited availability of training to acquire necessary skills. And when we are talking about capacity building, we are talking about, of course, training, but also we are talking about skills sharing. And what the project wanted to do, this is to see how we can also have enhancement of the skills sharing opportunities. And for that, we want to focalize on different areas. What are the areas where we can have this skill sharing? We can identify from the report also 5 areas of knowledge. The first one is on policy and political economy. This refers to the interaction between government, institutions, and economic forces that shape the African energy sector: production, distribution, and consumption. The second area is regarding planning. This involves the strategic development of energy infrastructures, including design, implementation. And the third one is on regulation. Regulation here, which refers to the rules, the standards, and overseeing mechanisms established by authorities, namely by national regulators, but also regional regulators, to govern the production, transmission, distribution, and consumption of energy. The fourth one is skills regarding technical and operational capacities. Here is to talk about technical expertise and infrastructures needed to enhance and to ensure reliable and efficient energy generation, transmission, distribution. And the last one, not the least, is skills regarding managing parts, to managing abilities. This one refers to skills on organization capacity required by member state, by organization, to effectively oversee and coordinate energy project and operation. These are the 5 knowledge areas that we can identify where we need strong skills development. And when we look at from these 5 areas, and we refer to the report, the very well report, we can identify, media has already talked about it, 150 topics. And topics are regarding how we can, which are the critical and challenge topic where we need to strengthen the capacity of organization and national member states. So topics are for skill development and sharing were identified in the report, but also we use them to group in 3 tiers based on relevance for each of them. And we can identify, we can see on this one, we developed a framework, a matrix that gives an overview of corresponding between areas of knowledge, the 5 areas of knowledge I just mentioned, and the different topics. So we can add to this matrix, for instance, we can see from the first column, the different topics. The first one, for instance, is cross-border issues, regional market, and continental one. And you can see that this topic covers 4 areas here, from policy to technical operation. You can see, for instance, for eco-mobility is the same situation. And when we see, for instance, for hydrogen supply, we can see identically the same thing. So this matrix try to link different topics and the different skills of area of skills we want to cover on these talks. So from this matrix matching areas and topics, we also to understand the very situation and build a framework that is very useful, we need to understand what are the different formal cooperation we can have between organization and member states. And for that one, we review the existing cross-border initiative, but also with a literature review, we can identify 7 formats of cooperation. Alphabetic order, we have the first one is event. This is organization of conferences, forums, workshop, or policy dialogue from 1 or 5 days or more days, can be in person, remotely, or hybrid. We can have cooperation to exchange projects between several organizations, basically study visit, internship, training program, peer review session. We can have also cooperation through joint projects, that is collaborating project for study, for research, for experiment some particular topics and specific goal. We can have format of cooperation through online platform when we have an online platform between different organizations, but also to share and sign that's online digital repository of resources. And then we have also professional network that can be developed between organizations. That is to create platform and network for specific professional or for specific focus group. And we can also have when 2 or more organizations work together on publication, so to prepare and publish some studies, some reports on specific topics. And then lastly, but not the least, formal cooperation when we are organizing training. That means online, in-person, or hybrid training can be long or shorter on some topic that we need to improve or to enhance skills between organizations. So when we, based on this review of the current situation, given that we have identified the different 5 knowledge areas, the different topics, also the format of cooperation, we now in the section 2, I want to present what is the framework, what we propose to enhance this cooperation. The framework is a structured system designed to facilitate collaboration, efforts, and experience and exchange knowledge, expertise, and competencies among individuals and organizations in the African energy sector. And this framework outlines the mechanism and guidelines for initiating cross-border skill exchange. So it came like a process with different components. What are this process? What is this process? The process starts by, firstly, an online platform. This online platform is a digital meeting point. We provide information on the supply and demand in skill sharing. So basically, on this platform, when we have a receiver, the one who wants to receive or acquire some expertise, some skills, and the provider, the organization of the country want to provide or share his knowledge or expertise, they meet through this online platform. Then from this meeting, they start developing a formal agreement between the part of them. So this is the way to have this cooperation agreement to enhance commitment. It's important to have this commitment, but also to enhance the dedication, including facilitating donor engagement. So they meet, they agree on a formal agreement how they want to develop or to run this cooperation. And then step 3 or component 3 is to build a sustainable funding for this cooperation, which is a mixing between equity, donor grants, blending financing model, including PPP, each kind of innovative funding mechanism. So this involves, of course, donors and funding facility. So we have this contract, and then we have this sustainable funding. And then at the end, it's important to have this MAL process. That's MAL mean monitoring, evaluation, reporting, and learning. It's important to have this MAL process also to ensure continuously the improvement and the achievement of the result. It is the framework. This process starting by the only platform to including different components such as sustainable funding and the MAL. Let me now go deeper in detail on each of them. First, regarding the online platform, is a web-hosted or open access tool designed to work as a marketplace between provider and receiver and provider. This what I want to precise is this platform, this digital meeting point should be like, as we already all know, is this kind of application for meeting between when woman or man are looking for a partner. You just type what you are looking for, like I'm looking for a training or a training program regarding this topic, and then the website display the list of organizations that can help you, that can provide willingness to provide this kind of skills exchange. This is the way we want to have this online platform. Then let me go on this second point. It is the formal agreement. We observe that the existing initiatives, 61% are informal. And it's important to formalize cooperation that can help to have more organized and transparent, but also to strengthen stakeholder commitment and to foster trust among all the participants. And then also to contribute to financial sustainability, it's better to meet a donor with a formal cooperation agreement. And also something that could be interesting to do is to try to have those existing informal arrangement could be also formalized to ensure the successful implementation of activities. Let me talk about also the last point, that is the sustainable funding part. It's important to have these various funding source to the activities, use some innovative funding method. That's very important so we can enhance financial stability of skill development and sharing program. And countries, organizations as well can explore all the different opportunities to get funding the different cooperation activity and programs. After that, let me now focus on the last part of my presentation, that is to explain how we want to implement this framework and this strategy. The first step is the development of online platform. This is where we are actually with MK Consultancy, which the company is developing actually the platform, the online platform. And then after that, it's important to go to a centralized approach to build this continental agreement. Yes, I think we think that is building a continental agreement such as the African Continental Qualification Framework is important to have this strong commitment from all the African Union member states. This approach started by the framework validation. It has been done in November this year. Then present this framework to the STC meeting, hopefully this month, and then to have this declaration, this agreement, content agreement from the STC, and then have this kind of approach where all the member states, African member states, could be involved and committed in the implementation of the framework. And it's important also to have a strategy in a resource mobilization, where we think it start with a mapping of the resources required for the framework, then identify the different and strategic donors and partners for diverse funding streams. And then third step is to have an engagement of the different stakeholders, of course, donors, financial support, and also key stakeholders in the African energy landscape. So all the regional actors, all the national actors as well. And then fourth is to ensure from this engagement, to ensure in short-term funding that is regarding the platform, but regarding also pilot projects, but also a long-term funding strategy to make sure that this framework from the short to a long term is sustainable. And the governance structure of the framework, we can see that AFREC is the head of this government, working on overall supervision of the framework, ensure the periodic updating of the platform, online platform, and leading the periodic manual process, working effectively and strongly with regional champion and also key stakeholders at national level. And this is important so they can assist in funding strategy, so to get funding for provider and beneficiaries who are collaborating in particular skill sharing project. Let me highlight here the three key stakeholders that we need to more commitment. Firstly, the first type is African Union institution, of course, Africa at coordinating level, also involve ODA, Nepal, AUC, EID, but also STC regarding the adoption of the continental agreement. The second type of stakeholder are the key stakeholders, those at national level who play a very important role in definition, planning, and implementation of each skill sharing initiative. Basically, they are African Union member state focal points designated for capacity building, but also major national university, professional training provider, research organization, and so on. The third kind of stakeholder are regional champions. At the regional level, they contribute to organize and implement skill development activities and sharing activities. Basically, we are REC, regional power pools, regional center for renewable energy and energy efficiency, but as well continental and regional entity such as AFU, APUA, ASR, Area Association of Regulators of Utilities, but also regional and continental universities. Let me now close my presentation by these last slides to present the action plans that we think is suitable for implementation of the strategy. For this year, 2025, the most important is to conclude for the development of the framework of the platform, the online platform, and then also get this continental agreement for STC. Then we have also to finalize and help the different pilot projects to get in 2026 to launch formally the online platform, get everybody involved, and also continue for the updating of the platform. And all the years, 27 to 29, up to 2029, is to coordinate the MAL process, but also keeping the platform, online platform, up to date. So the continuous updating of the platform. This is what I wanted to present. Summary briefly. I will stop here. And of course, I am available for any question or clarification you may need the Q&A session. Thank you very much. Merci. And over to you, Mehdi.
Merci, Dr. Charly. Dr. Charly is a good friend of AFREC, of course. Thank you for presenting us this important framework. It's encouraging to see such a structured approach to ensuring that expertise is shared and sustained across borders. Actually, we will come back in details with my colleagues here, Joel, on the online platform. There will be a presentation, but also while we are presenting you the pillars of what we are building as program as capacity building program. So we will see the gap assessment now. We've seen with Dr. Charlie the framework. We would like also to introduce some element of what we concretely we are doing. So I will now turn on to another colleague, another friend of AFREC, EDF International Network, and I have Maxim here, who will be sharing insight on what we have been achieved through the online training program on smart grid technology. This area is critical to Africa energy system that are becoming more modern and more complex. Maxim, you have the floor. Please share your presentation, and you have 10 minutes before we move on to also speak about what we are planning as upcoming trainings in person, and then I will come to Joel towards the end of this meeting to talk about the IT platform. So now I would like to turn on to Maxime. I see you as a panelist, so can you please share your presentation, Maxime? I see that he's maybe okay. He's texting me that he has some issues. Joel, are you ready with the presentation? Joel?
Yes, I'm ready. Yes.
Yes, please. Can you share the floor and tell us more about the IT platform and progress made, please?
Okay.
You can share the floor.
Okay. Let me do it now.
Yes, please. Thank you, Joel. Please, you have the floor. I see your screen coming. Yes. Presentation mode, and then you can proceed. Maxim, I see you joining again, but please let us allow Joel to present before we come to EDF. Joel, you have 10 minutes maximum. Please proceed.
Good evening, and good afternoon to everybody, according to where you are. I am Joel from MKBA, the company that was hired to develop this energy capacity building information system. Okay, we did not. Okay, just a quick word about us. We are a software company existing since 8 years. We work on projects mostly with governments and also with private sector. Mostly with international organizations, United Nations, and donors. Okay. That's few words about us. Now, coming to the platform's agenda of our presentation, we have some features. We say a word about user interactions. We present different modules of the platform. And at the end, maybe, as currently we are working towards the prototype, maybe I will just share for 1 or 2 minutes what's already online, and that we will share with you by the end of this week in terms of link. Okay, summary features. We are planning to develop a platform to manage, let's say, energy capacity building. Okay, based on initial discussions we had with Africa School and Regulation, AFREC, and other stakeholders, we identified key modules for this platform that were inserted in our insertion report. We had the skill sharing initiatives and partnership opportunities. So we have a module like this. We will go through each of them later. We have a knowledge repository. We have media and communication. We have e-trainings platform, and also a kind of dashboard and the administrative part of the platform. So these are the 6 modules of the platform. Let us go to user interaction before detailing each of those modules. For user interactions, you said we can access the platform through 2 means. hold two interfaces. We have the private and we have the public. The public is let's say the interface where everybody can access without authentication. For this, you have access to skills and partnership opportunities, knowledge repository, and media and com. For the back office, you need to have some credentials. And in the back office, there you will be able to access the e-trainings platform. It will be like a e-learning platform, the dashboard, and also the let's say the administrative part of the system. We are playing that users of the system can be donors, policy makers and regulators, power pools, regional centers of renewable energy, energy professionals, and other researchers. And we are planning that the platform will be updated either by admin users or through external databases using APIs. So this is kind of functional architecture that also shows user interactions with the platform. Okay, now, if you need to move, coming to the first module, inspiration, initiative, and partnership opportunities, this is what will go inside this module. This module allows creation and management of capacity building initiatives. Dr. George was showing a few minutes ago those initiatives, those formats, let's say like that, like events, professional networks, training, exchange programs. So we also implement those different initiatives in the platform. Okay, also the platform will also have a tracking of funding provided for capacity building matters. Since we implement the matrix, Dr. Josh was talking about it, we had the matrix that map, let's say, knowledge areas to topics and service providers. We implement it in the platform also. So everything will be there. We have the possibility to rate capacity building initiatives and organizations, okay, based on the feedback of stakeholders that have attended those initiatives. And also the implementation of the expression of capacity building needs. It was told, this point was also told about a few minutes ago by Dr. Josh of ASR. Now coming to the knowledge repository. The knowledge repository is made up of different resources related to energy sector in Africa. We serve as a documentary database to which stakeholders can refer while looking for key information on the energy sector in Africa. You have the contents of the knowledge repository. You have policy and regulatory resources, like national and regional energy policies, international agreements, regulatory guidelines for renewable energies, case studies, successful policy reforms. We also have technical guidelines and standards like energy system design, grid interaction, integration protocols, energy efficiency standards, environmental safety guidelines. Also have, let's say, research and data, statistical yearbooks, maps, energy market, and also emission data or GHG. Still on the knowledge repository, you can have best practices and case studies, funding and finance resources, and the tools and templates like project design templates, financial modeling, and GHG calculators. So this is for module 2, knowledge repository. That's being built in the platform we are very. Now, the third module will be more about communication, public communication, news, event related, video, and other updates related to capacity building in the energy sector. You publish here, you have press releases, video content, events, publications. The e-training platform will be the place where people will be able to, it's like an e-learning platform. It will be the place where the stakeholder will be able to follow up as if they were in a classroom, like as if they were in a training program, okay, related to energy sector. For that, for this module, we have training course management, assessment management, messaging, progress tracking, user management, and administration. These are the functionalities that will be available in the e-training platform. And as we said before, it is a platform we developed in the past based on Moodle. Now, the dashboard is intended to visualize on different graphs the indicators defined to monitor and evaluate the capacity building system. List of indicators to track the progress or to follow up the energy capacity building will be provided by us, and we will implement them here. And as time moves on, as sorry, as data is being inserted, those indicators will be refreshed to allow everybody to have, let's say, aggregated view of data. And last but not least, it is the administration panel, where configurations will be made and where data is updated to be reflected in the public interface. So it's in the administration panel that user account will be configured, okay, where static and dynamic contents of the website, of the front office, of the visible part will be will be updated. Also have the document management, data upload to be displayed in the front office, and the system configuration. This will be the administrative part of it. Okay. Sorry, I noticed that I did not enable my camera. Let me please tweet so that you will at least see the person who is talking to you.
Yes, please.
Sorry about this. Okay. Can you see me?
Yes, Joel, we can see you. Please proceed.
Okay. Okay, so this was the sixth module, administration panel. Okay, what about the solution? As we said before, we had the back office and the front office. The front office is the part that is visible to everybody, any visitor. You know, the back office is for administration purposes, it's for data update purposes. Okay, we said the platform should be multilingual, English, French, Arabic, and Portuguese. It will be very easy to use and very intuitive and documented. Responsive design should display correctly on phones, on tablets, on computers. Secure and very interoperable, because we document an API that we will provide, so that anytime that platform needs to interoperate with another platform, it's just connection.
Joel, you are breaking, so if you can please switch off your camera to save on the bandwidth. Joel, you are broken. So please save.
Okay.
Joel, you are breaking, so if you can turn off.
Okay, you said I should switch off the video so that I have a better.
Yes, please proceed. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, fine. Yes, I was saying that about the characteristics of the solution, we said, let me go back. We said you should have a front office and back office. The front office is the component that will be publicly visible to any visitor on the platform, and the back office is where updates will be made. Front office updates will be made, and also where users' account will be configured and any configuration of the platform will be made. Okay, the platform will be multilingual, four language, English, French, Arabic, Portuguese. Easy of use, very easy to use with intuitive interfaces. Responsive design, we display correctly on phones, on tablets, on computers. Very secured, and also there will be a documented API to allow future interoperability with any other system. Okay. Key milestone of the project, we had the kickoff meeting on the 30th of June. On the 24th of July, we had inception meeting. End of this week, the link to access the prototype will be shared with you. 20th of October, full system will be delivered. 29th of October, the system will be documented and end users trained, and the 30th of October, project closure. So these are the key milestones for this project. And if you allow me, as I went too quick, let me open a bit. This is what we share with you end of this week, just to show you, as Mehdi said, we should show maybe where we are currently. We thought it's better maybe to open it online directly.
Excellent.
This is the front. Okay, this is the front office. We created a temporary URL, afrec.mkba.net. At the end, we will put the correct URL from you. So this is the front office visible, the part that's visible to everybody. You can see the menu here, home, skill sharing. When you go to skill sharing, you see join project, exchange programs, professional network, publications. So all those things are well taken into consideration here. And during, let's say, requirement gathering phase, you understood that training should be processed separately. Though it is an initiative like joint project and go, but we understood that it's due to the volume of training, it's better to process them separately. That's why we created a separate menu for trainings, as you can see here. Knowledge repository also, we have different categories here, and also media and communication. This link is supposed to point to the e-learning platform. Okay, when you click, when we finish, clicking on this link will open the e-learning platform. Let's say for the follow-up of courses normally. And here you have the translation button. These are the links for the social networks. When you go down about the platform, this is the homepage. We are skill sharing, multiple training. These are training categories. These are partners. These are partners logos that will slide from right to left. Knowledge repository also presented here, key figures, and the footer just here. So this is, let's say, the front office. If you go to the training page, we also have some training that are listed here. If you go to, let's say, exchange programs, let me move this down. Sorry. Okay, fine. If you go also to exchange programs, okay, you have a page where you have a kind of description of all those programs. Now, if you go to the back office, this is where front office will be updated. I'm already connected. You see here, you'll be able to create initiatives, event, publications, online platforms. Just down here, you'll be able to perform administrative actions like user management. You can see user management here, users, roles, permissions. You can do settings of the platform here. The logs also are there. The logs are, let's say, the trace of everything that happens on the system. If someone's connected, it hides.
Joel?
Yes? Yes, Mehdi?
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to thank, yes, I would like to thank you so much. I was planning a launch of the platform, so now you are boycotting my launch because this should be presented in another webinar. I would like to really sincerely, no problem. Thank you so much for this. Really, I would like to thank Joel for this excellent presentation and excellent work. We will, as per what he was presenting, so end of October, you will be able to have this platform running. You will all be invited to the official launch, and of course, you will be benefiting from the e-learnings, but also the framework that Dr. Charly is also supporting us so much. I'm very encouraged to see that Joel is demonstrating here how digital tools can strengthen coordination and effectiveness in capacity building. We're very much also happy because we are a young African like Joel and others supporting us in this innovative approach on providing you trainings, but also in your laptops, in your phones, etc. So it will be something very encouraging and very innovative. Joel, I would like to thank you so much for this excellent presentation. I would like, because of the time, again turn on to EDF International. One of also our dear colleagues here, Maxime, is on the line. Please, Maxime, you have 10 minutes to present concrete things that we've been able to achieve. Actually, we are working with Joel and Dr. Charly to implement things and design this program, but also we've been able in this short time to implement some concrete actions. One of them is the smart grid technology online training. This presentation will be followed with another one and the last one from Strathmore University to see also the in-person training that we are presenting. Maxime, you are welcome and you have the floor. 10 minutes, please.
Good morning, Mehdi. Hello, everyone. I'm Maxime Gillot from EDF International Networks, and I'm pleased to have those few minutes to talk to you about the online training on smart grid technologies that we provided a few months ago. The goal today is to talk about what this training is about, how it was organized, and to give you a few feedbacks on how it went and satisfaction and possible followings of this training. So first of all, just a few words about EDF International Networks. We are part of the EDF group, Électricité de France group, and we are a consulting company with commercializing the EDF group's expertise about distribution networks in the entire world. So we work for many clients in North America, South America, Africa, of course, Asia, and Europe. So we are a bit everywhere, and we are bringing internationally, especially the expertise that we have in France about smart grid. So more precisely about this online training. So the project was about to provide consultancy services for an online training about smart grid technologies with a goal to equip professionals in Africa and develop their skills to integrate the new smart grid technologies into their own electric infrastructure and in the end have a more efficient, more resilient, more sustainable energy grid in their countries. So this training, for the content of the training, we wanted to give an introduction to the key concepts of smart grid. So this training, it was possible to attend this training with only a few prerequisites, only a few knowledge about smart grid, but also we wanted to go into more details and to give the key to the participant to have a good understanding of what smart grids are, what are possible, what is realistic, and what works in other countries or other regions. It was aimed at many kinds of participants, but the goal was to focus on participants involved in the business of electric networks. So, for example, people from grid operators or regulators, energy ministries, or equipment suppliers. So this was an online training, which we did by using the tool Microsoft Teams. We did 2 sessions of this training, 1 session in the French language and 1 session in English. One session contains 6 modules. I will give you a bit more detail about these 6 modules, but these modules are 3 of these modules have a duration of 2 hours, and the 3 others have a duration of 3 hours. And for those 6 modules, 5 teachers were involved, including me. So those training were done starting from February the 26th, last February the 26th, until March the 10th. And the sessions in French and English were done in parallel. So often it was, for example, the morning in French, the afternoon in English, or and vice versa. During this training, there was an evaluation of the participants. So before the training, there was an evaluation test to evaluate the the level of the participants, what they already know about smart grid, are there point of interest that they would like to see during the training, so to adapt a little bit the content. But there was also a final knowledge test at the end of the training to check if the participants were more familiar with the concepts that we saw during the training. And the participants of the training had a certificate of successful participation if they attended the modules during the session they were participating at. So I was saying there were 6 training modules. I won't go too much into details, but the first module was about the fundamental concepts behind smart grid. The second one was focusing on the communication technologies that can be used in the smart grid. And also there was a specific sub-module about cyber security. The third module was focusing on metering, and especially smart meters, and how smart metering can bring new services, can bring new functionalities, and not only for metering, but also to optimize the management of an electricity grid. The module 4 was about the integration of renewable energies in the smart grid. So what are the challenges, the opportunities, and what can be done to integrate them more efficiently? And with a part on the specific topics of microgrid. Module 5 was dedicated to the usage and valorization of data in smart grid. So how can we use all the new data that is possible to retrieve in smart grid to optimize the grid, to bring new services for the customers, for example. And the last module, the module number 6, was about the regulatory context and the policy considerations for smart grid. So how can those policies support the implementation of smart grids? How can it promote those new technologies? And with a few case studies of smart grid deployment in different regions, so in Africa, but also in America, Europe, and Asia. So now, after describing what this training was about, a few feedbacks on the training, those training who occurred during last winter. First of all, what I can say that there was a large participation, so 78 participants representing 30 different countries. 20 of those participants were attending the French session and 58 the English session, so much more people in the English session. After the training, we did a little survey to check the satisfaction of the participants, and the ratings were very good. So the average overall rating of the training is 4.5 on a maximum rate of 5. So this is very good, and participants, well, half of the participants consider this training excellent, the other half very good, and only 5% is satisfactory. So we have very good feedbacks of the participants. And what is very important for us is that not only they are very pleased with the training, but 84% of the participants told us that they feel confident in applying what they learned during the training. So not only was it interesting, but the participants also feel confident and with the knowledge that they've learned during this training. So what are the possible followings of this training? First of all, we had with the feedbacks of the participants, we had many requests for in-person sessions or on-site sessions of the training. Some of them because they had connectivity problems and it was not always very easy to attend, participate to the modules. But most of them, it was more to replicate this kind of training to reach more people in their countries, and so to do specific sessions for specific countries. So it is a possibility that could be studied, and also. We also had feedbacks to develop more in-depth training, focusing on precise topics, because as I was saying, this training was well, an introduction to the key concepts, but of course for each of the 6 modules we can imagine more in-depth training focusing on those on the topics of those modules with more time and maybe more exercises, more practical examples. So those were the feedbacks that we had on this training. And I don't know, maybe if you want to add a word to.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maxime. Of course, Maxime is part of our community, our group of people also working with us. We, like Maxime is was speaking now. We are taking this very serious. So we are also receiving a lot of requests from country to have national training, which we are also considering. We'll start maybe this month with Namibia, who officially requested that, but we also trying our best also through our country to through our partners to reach out to more and more country. We understand the importance of this training, and also we are linking it to another program within AFREC, which is the program for energy efficiency, a large program, and I'm sure that member states will receive information on this in due course. So thank you, Maxime, very much for sharing both progress achieved, but also lesson learned. This training, I would like to highlight that this training will be available as part of the e-learning platform that Dr. Charlie and Joel were speaking about. So it will be accessible to public, and you will be able to benefit from this online training, but also other trainings. Such initiatives are very essential for equipping our experts, especially in Africa, with skills needed for energy system of tomorrow. Allow me to move on. I'm aware of the time. Thank you again, Maxime. We are moving towards the end, and I have the last presentation from Strathmore University. Dr. Teddy is without us, and they will be providing us with a preview of the upcoming training session. Those are very important for member states to be aware of. Those are in-person training on renewable energy planning, development, and financing, skills that are key of turning concept into bankable project. And I would like to ask Dr. Teddy to please share his screen and start the presentation. Unfortunately, we have only 7 minutes left, Doctor. Can you please share the presentation and proceed? So as you can see, and what I was highlighting here, that a lot of things are being developed both in the design of the program but also in the implementation side, because we didn't want to have it only about concept, but also have concrete things that we are doing on the ground. Dr. Ted Francis, do you have the floor? Are you able to share the screen, please?
Yes, thank you, Mehdi.
Please.
Sharing in 1 minute.
Thank you. You have unfortunately 7 minutes, so please, if you can quickly go through the presentation to allow for some Q&A. And please, I would like to ask all the participants to also drop their question on the chat, but also reach out to us anytime through emails. Dr. Ted, we have the last presentation for today before I open for a few question and answer, and then we can close the session. This is one of the series of webinars, but also in-person meetings. So you will hear more of what we are doing in the capacity building. We have now also the launch of the platform that will benefit maximum and everyone almost within the continent. Dr. Ted, can you please share the screen?
I believe you can see my screen.
Yeah, we see it coming. A few minutes maybe. Presentation mode, please, and you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehdi, for the opportunity to present. My name is Ted Francis Juma. I from Strathmore Energy Research Center, which is a department within Strathmore University. So I'd like to start off with a brief introduction into Strathmore University and what we actually do. So we are situated in Nairobi, and we were founded in 1961, but mostly focused on science and art subjects. However, in 2008, as the university grew, we pivoted, or we might say we added other courses, especially in engineering and renewable energy. And this culminated in a 600 kilowatt solar PV plant that has enabled us and helped us in championing capacity building initiatives in Kenya and across the continent. So in terms of the department that I'm from, which is the Strathmore Energy Research Center, we have 4 main competencies. So they range from training, research, consultancy to standards. So in the training aspect, we train on renewable energy, energy efficiency, energy management, even training of other trainers. On matters research, we look at productive uses of energy, the e-mobility industry, as well as emerging technologies such as green hydrogen and the likes. So for consultancies like this one, granted to us by AFREC, we look at feasibility studies for renewable energy projects, and we can also offer customized trainings for the full project development cycle. We also offer testing in terms of quality assurance on solar PV products and on improved cook stoves, allowing us to dictate standardization in Kenya specifically and the Greater East African region. So an introduction into this consultancy. So we are well aware that the continent, it has the opportunity to leapfrog the challenges that were faced when we were adopting fossil-based energy systems. This is because of the vast resources that we have, from hydro power to geothermal, to the abundance of the ocean and solar energy, as well as emerging technologies, as I alluded to earlier, in the form of green hydrogen. In terms of the AFREC capacity building, as Mehdi has alluded, this consultancy mostly focuses on being able to build capacity of African policymakers with concepts of renewable energy project planning, development and financing, and to create a learning opportunity for participants through peer-to-peer interactions and case studies. So as per the objective, the target audience is high-level experts from African ministries, power utilities, so utilities and regulatory bodies that are responsible for developing, planning, implementing, financing, and also managing renewable energy projects. So in as much as we are aware of this target audience, we would want to champion the balanced representation from the different regional blocks and the different AU member states across the African continent. So the deliverables of this consultancy are basically three. There are more than this, but we've just abridged them to offer an insight into what we'll be doing. So the first one is we are to develop a curriculum and course material that will be used to actually train the aforementioned target audience. Secondly, we are to deliver 3 in-person trainings in 3 host cities that are to be guided by AFREC. Then after that, I think Dr. Charly alluded to the monitoring and evaluation framework, and as well as the learning component of that. Sorry. So as alluded to what Dr. Gatete or Charly presented from the African School of Regulation, these are the key gaps that we've identified as per the report that they had. And I think he highlighted some of this, ranging from institutional coordination being a problem, to the lack of technical expertise, to improper stakeholder engagement. So on the flip side, also we have the problems that we see in financial and project structuring, where we would want to champion for bankable projects and access to diverse capital through this training. And policy is also a very important aspect of the training, as it will allow us to be able to align ourselves with the global perspective in terms of the renewable energy policies. And whilst we might be collecting data on a large scale as a continent, it's very important to be able to analyze this data. So we'd want to also pass this on to the trainees. So in terms of the methodology, we have 4 key steps. So the first one is conducting a training needs assessment and reviewing of reports that are privy to AFREC. And like an example of this is the African School of Regulation. I think they looked at the gaps that I've just mentioned in the previous slide. So after understanding the training needs, the next step is now beginning the curriculum development. So it's a bilingual approach where we are looking at the curriculum development in terms of developing it in English as well as French. And in the curriculum itself, we'd have presentations to be presented as lectures, case studies, and practical activities or breakout sessions that would offer discourse or an opportunity for group discussions. So after this, I think I alluded to this, we'd have the evaluation. So this can be seen as pre-training or post-training. So in terms of pre-training, we'd want the trainees to have a foothold in understanding renewable energy, even if it's just the basic concepts. So we'd want to grant them access. I think Joel was presenting on an e-learning platform. So we would want to grant access to them 1 week before the in-person sessions, just to make the in-person trainings as smooth as possible. And as I alluded to, there'd be 3 in-person trainings. So in terms of the training modules, I think the smart grid presentation followed similar ilk. So we have 6 modules. So the first module looks at the introduction to renewable energy, a landscape in Africa, where we'd have an overview of the renewable energy technologies, different statistics, across the continent, the investment patterns across the continent, as well as their alignment with the AU agenda of 2063. So secondly, after understanding the basics of renewable energy, we'd want to be able to impact the trainees by allowing them to have the potential to actually assess resources in terms of renewable energy. And this could be made possible by geospatial tools or geographical information systems that we've had a couple of consultancies. We have a lot of partners who've built our capacity as a department. So we'd be able to transfer that knowledge and to pass it on to the trainees from all AU member states. So the third module would be on renewable energy, technological integration and system design. So this is somewhat a technical module rather. So we'd look at if you were to design a solar system or a wind system or a hydro system or any renewable energy system, how would you go about it and how would you integrate it into the grid? We've seen we have smart grids and smart solutions to this, but we also have traditional proven systems. Not to say that smart grids are not proven, but that's just one of the modules. The next one is after understanding how to integrate these technologies into the grid, how are you able to finance them and assess the risks associated with different financing models and structures? And after understanding this risk, successfully deploying sustainable energy project. And all this is ring-fenced or from a holistic point of view. The fifth module on policy, we'll be able to look at the regulatory frameworks from across the continent, from the different regional blocks to the permitting processes, to procurement, to different elements such as tariff setting, subsidies, contracting. And we believe the last module, which is module 6, which is project planning, management, and ESG, or environmental, social, and governance ramifications, it sort of encompasses all previous 5 modules, because project planning is basically in all of these modules. So we look at it as an approach where it's a summary of the modules, and it will be able to actually provide a recap before this. So in terms of the tools and the techniques for practical learning, for the geospatial side, we have a partnership with World Resources Institute. I think they have a platform called Energy Access Explorer, which uses geographical information systems. We also have partnerships with the Climate Compatible Growth, in the sense that they have open source tools that can be able to impact the trainees. So the open source tools are on different tracks. We have tools ranging from financial planning to geographical planning, or the GIS part, to having hands-on exercises with real world scenarios where the trainees can have in excess of 100+ hours of self-learning in terms of just experimenting with the models and their particular line of work. So other than this, case studies are really big on this on all modules actually. So we'll see case studies that have worked and what were the indicators of success in these case studies. And we can also see case studies where we have failed policies and how to improve on that. So I think I'm almost winding up. It's just I think 1 or 2 more slides. So in terms of mechanisms, training delivery, we have lectures and presentations, as I alluded, case studies, hands-on training. So we also have templates and checklists, because standardization is very important in terms of project documentation. So what are some of the best practices globally that are widely accepted? So these are some of the questions that we answer during this training. And also importantly, not to forget, we also have site visits that are planned with the support of AFREC, where the trainees could be able to actually see the projects running up and running, and look at associate what they learned in class and what is actually happening inside or in the field. So in terms of the training timetable, this is the proposed training timetable. This is tentative because we are still having a session with AFREC on validating this curriculum. And this brings me to project milestones, the key timelines. So for the curriculum development, we wanted to develop it across July and August. I think we reached this target, having submitted our curriculum to AFREC for validation in August 31st. So the next step is a validation that will happen sometime this month, followed by, if all goes well, and we incorporate the feedback from the AFREC Technical Committee, we'll be able to proceed with participant selection and offer the trainings and hopefully conclude the project early next year. So with that, I would like to conclude my presentation, and thank you for your attention.
Indeed, thank you so much, Teddy, for this excellent presentation. So, as Teddy was alluded to in this presentation, you will hear from us. We are at the stage of validating or reviewing the submission of the of Teddy and his colleagues. We have a group of experts, so we are validating the model. At the same time, you will hear very soon from us. We later address it to ministers to select, and there will be tough, I must say, a selection process to get the best people in the room, also to interact between each other and share experience of different countries. So there will be site visits, there will be practical case studies, practical tools to benefit everyone that will come and join us for the training. To October till December, we will have the in-person training. Those are the sessions for this year, but we are also planning sessions for next year. So hopefully we will benefit as many of you. Again, the training will be also posted on the platform that we are developing. So thank you again for outlining those future trainings. This is will be the main things we will be doing for the coming months and next year as well. So now I would like to open the floor for an interactive discussion. It's true that we are beyond schedule, but if anyone has any intervention, please, I would like to ask you to raise your hand. Then, so I allow some people for some intervention or some comments, some suggestion. So please, if you can raise your hand, if anyone want to intervene, but please be concise so that we can hear from as many participants as possible. That means that you can please still send us question through email. So I see Mohammed Stiri, you have the floor. I'm allowing you to talk, so you can speak, please. Mohammed Sidiri, you have the floor. You can unmute and ask your question or bring your intervention. Mohammed, you have to unmute yourself and take the floor.
Allô?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Ok. Merci beaucoup, Mahdi. Je vois que l'Afrique a beaucoup de nouvelles. Hein. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Juste le rapport qui décrit les gaps entre les pays, est-ce qu'on peut avoir une copie, s'il vous plaît, Mahdi?
Oui, j'ai demandé déjà à mon collègue Georges et je vais m'assurer que vous allez recevoir les copies de deux rapports, le rapport sur le gap assessment et le deuxième rapport sur le framework. Donc, vous aurez ça. On a la liste des emails, donc les deux rapports seront communiqués dans la journée.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Une deuxième question, s'il vous plaît, concernant la plateforme en ligne. Est-ce que les profs que l'Afrique ou bien les membres du ministère auront des accès ou bien elle sera administrée uniquement par l'Afrique?
Ok. Donc ça va être public, donc, mais on va vous communiquer à travers les ministères les différentes possibilités et aussi les logins, etc. Donc,
Pas
vous
encore
aurez...
programmé, hein?
Oui, oui. Non, on est en train de finaliser le design déjà de la plateforme. C'est pourquoi je disais à Joël qu'il a trop anticipé. Mais
Oui,
on
car c'est très
va.
intéressant vraiment les contenus, hein.
Merci, merci, Monsieur Sedjiri. Ça va être un lancement officiel de la plateforme. Après, on va vous communiquer les méthodes à bénéficier ou bien à accéder à la plateforme.
Ok, merci
Merci,
beaucoup, maître.
merci pour l'encouragement. I will
Merci.
say, je vais prendre une ou deux questions. I see Ali Germa. Please, you have the floor. Or l'autre. Ali Germa Mohammed. Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Well done for what you guys have been doing. My name is Ali Gramer from West African Power Pool. My question is, as the regulatory part, there's a deficiency in the huge regulatory change towards private sector participation amongst majority of the member states. What is AFREC doing and capacity building in terms of enlightening a lot of the staff from the ministries and the public agencies and the state regulators in moving towards that direction as it is principle? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ali, and thank you for raising this question. Rest assured that we have regulators are main, and if you can see also in my presentation, I have alluded to that. So regulator will be trained and will be involving you in the both in person but online training. Just also to know that the School of Regulation, I mean like African School of Regulation is part of the technical committee that are designing the training for renewables. So your concerns will be taken care of, and rest assured that regulators are main and major part of what we are doing and what we are intend to do. So maybe I can't promise now, but we will certainly have a dedicated session for regulators. But again, we are working closely with the African School of Regulation, and we will be involving more and more regulators to our work. I see also Yachi Bukhalfa, you have the floor, sir. You can unmute and speak.
Thank you very much. Je vais parler en français.
Oui, bien sûr.
Je voudrais juste préciser que bon, ce que vous avez fait, ça, c'est une bonne chose parce que vous vous adressez à différentes participants, principalement des institutions publiques. Je voudrais quand même demander, est-ce que vous comptez ou bien vous avez un programme dédié pour le secteur économique qui est principalement le secteur privé et qui doit concerner surtout les énergies renouvelables et l'hydrogène vert.
Ouais. Ok, merci Monsieur Boukhlef. C'est une question très pertinente. En fait, on a des discussions en interne après comment on est en train d'essayer d'impliquer de plus en plus le secteur privé dans tout ce qu'on fait. Certainement dans les énergies renouvelables, vous êtes une partie prenante très importante, mais aussi sur ce qu'on est en train de faire sur l'efficacité énergétique. Et là, on a tout un programme pour le renforcement de capacité dans le domaine de l'efficacité énergétique, on sait tout ce qui concerne les équipements et tout ça. Donc, vous aurez aussi à entendre, je vous d'entendre, de prendre de nouvelles. On est en train de communiquer les informations à travers les plateformes LinkedIn, Twitter et tout, mais s'il vous plaît, il faut aussi prendre contact avec nous. Je suppose que vous êtes aussi en Algérie, donc ça sera aussi bien de vous avoir en personne et de partager ou bien de discuter de plus en plus comment on peut, à notre niveau, engager encore plus le secteur privé et planifier des sessions spécifiques. Donc, votre commentaire est très bien reçu et aussi bien pour les parties prenantes, mais aussi pour les régulateurs, comme était indiqué par Monsieur Ali. On va s'assurer qu'on doit mettre plus d'efforts pour adresser nos programmes ou bien nos interventions au-delà du public, au-delà de notre excellent partenariat avec les ministères, mais aussi le secteur privé, les régulateurs et les autres parties prenantes. Donc, merci beaucoup pour votre question et votre commentaire. Any other comments from this floor? And thank you so much again for everyone. I see everyone still on the meeting, despite we said that we have only 1 hour and 30. I see I can take last comment. I see Abdullah Kabouri. You have the floor, sir. Monsieur Kabouri, vous pouvez parler. Je vais juste ouvrir le micro et vous pouvez parler. Mr. Kabori, I don't know if you are speaking English or French, but you have to unmute. Yes, yes, you have the floor, sir. Monsieur Abdoulaye, on ne vous entend pas.
C'est très enrichissant, tout ce qu'on a entendu. Ah, OK.
Non, s'il vous plaît, il faut continuer. On vous entend maintenant. Vas-y.
Vous entendez maintenant, d'accord?
Oui.
Donc, je disais merci vraiment pour l'initiative qui nous permet d'avoir assez d'informations sur les questions d'énergie en Afrique, notamment à travers les actions de l'UE. J'ai vraiment écouté les années à venir par rapport donc, à renforcer les capacités des acteurs à être plus opérationnels dans l'information sur l'énergie, le partage de l'information et pour qu'on ait assez de statistiques. Je dirais qu'on regarde beaucoup davantage sur les indicateurs. On a surtout parlé de l'énergie renouvelable. Il y a le solaire, il y a l'éolienne. C'est des énergies nouvelles qui sont rentrées de plein pied dans notre système énergétique et qui demandent à ce qu'on soit plus regardant pour voir comment ce domaine-là évolue dans notre système énergétique en Afrique. Beaucoup ont déjà réagi sur le secteur privé. Je sais que chez moi, au Burkina Faso, je suis du Burkina, et il y a eu une part belle au secteur privé qui installe donc les centrales solaires et qui les injecte dans notre réseau. Et tout ça demande qu'on puisse regarder voilà, quelle est leur part, la contribution à énergiser l'Afrique. Et ça permet de mieux regarder, continuer d'investir autant pour le gouvernement, mais aussi pour le secteur qui contribue de façon très significative dans ce domaine. Un thème qui était prévu sur les énergies, la gestion des énergies dans les frontières. Chez moi, nous avons des interconnexions avec notamment deux pays, Ghana et la Côte d'Ivoire, qui injectent dans notre système. Et il se trouve qu'au-delà même des contrats naturels qu'on a avec les gouvernements des pays, voilà, pour des questions de besoin d'énergie, on est obligé d'aller faire des contrats avec d'autres structures privées qui doivent injecter dans les réseaux, notamment du Ghana, avant que ça ne parvienne au Burkina. Voilà, c'est des décisions qui demandent que, bon, on ait assez de compétences, on soit mieux formé et qu'on s'inspire mieux des modèles qui existent déjà dans d'autres pays, notamment au Maghreb où c'est encore plus intéressant. Et donc, c'est vraiment pour saluer tout ce qui est prévu dans le cadre donc, des formations en ligne ou en présentiel pour prendre en compte ces aspects. C'est long, je vais m'arrêter là et certainement il y aura d'autres créneaux pour continuer les échanges. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Caboret, pour vos encouragements et certainement il y aura beaucoup d'autres opportunités. Mais s'il vous plaît, je vous encourage aussi à nous écrire par email si vous avez n'importe quelle question. Merci beaucoup encore une fois pour l'encouragement et pour votre présence ainsi que tous les participants aujourd'hui. Et une dernière question ou bien une dernière intervention parce que on a dépassé les 1h30. Donc, Monsieur ou bien Madame Soro, Mr. or Madame Soro Chacha, you have the
Oui,
floor.
oui.
Okay.
Bonsoir. Vous me recevez?
Oui, je vous entends, monsieur, vas-y. Oui,
D'accord.
oui,
Bon,
on vous
moi,
entend très bien.
d'accord. Moi, c'est Ghislain Chacha. Je suis un cadre du ministère de l'Énergie au Bénin. Et j'ai participé activement au programme de formateurs, des formateurs depuis décembre 2019 et qui a commencé au Caire. Et l'année dernière, nous avons mené quelques formations en tant que formateurs, également de nos collègues, de nos autres collègues africains. Je voudrais savoir comment est-ce que ce programme-là de formateurs intégrés de l'Union africaine, de l'Afrique plutôt, s'intègre dans votre programme de renforcement des capacités. Quel sera le rôle de ceux-là qui ont été formés comme formateurs de l'Afrique? Et ma deuxième question, c'est par rapport au fonds. Est-ce qu'il y a un fonds aujourd'hui pour les renforcements de capacités, un fonds africain pour les renforcements de capacités au niveau de l'Union africaine pour soutenir tous ces efforts. Et donc, d'ailleurs, je vous félicite pour toute l'abnégation que vous y mettez. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Soro, pour les encouragements et merci beaucoup de prendre la parole. Je suis très content de voir cette diversité de pays et d'experts de partout en Afrique. Merci à tout le monde d'être présent. Oui, d'abord pour le renforcement de capacité des points focaux ou bien des gens qui nous aident déjà sur d'autres thématiques. Donc, l'esprit à l'Afrique, c'est toujours de bénéficier des expériences locales en Afrique. On va toujours continuer à avoir les trainers of trainers TOT. Donc, on va former des formateurs qui vont aussi former par la suite être disponibles pour former d'autres Africains ou d'autres collègues en Afrique. L'échange entre les pays africains, c'est très important, mais aussi le transfert des technologies et le transfert de savoir entre Africains, ça sera un des éléments les plus importants. Sur ça, on travaille beaucoup et on va avoir, comme vous avez sur les statistiques, on a déjà des formateurs qui sont en train de travailler avec leurs pairs en Afrique pour fournir des formations dans tout ce qui est statistique énergétique. On est en train aussi de développer un autre groupe de formateurs dans tout ce qui est renouvelable, mais aussi sur l'efficacité énergétique et autres. Pour votre deuxième question concernant les fonds pour le renforcement de capacité, malheureusement, on continue à avoir des fonds plutôt de nos partenaires internationaux. Il y a des fonds cette année, il y a aussi l'année prochaine et on est en train de chercher d'autres bailleurs de fonds et tout ça pour nous aider pour soutenir ce programme et faire bénéficier plus de personnes dans les années qui viennent. Malheureusement, Monsieur Shiomura et Monsieur Domangini, I cannot take further question because we are beyond the schedule. I see many comments on the chat. Thank you, everyone. One that is very challenging is the one: how can African diaspora contribute to this noble initiative? Thank you so much for being first for joining us. This one, maybe Mr. Shimura, I can give you 1 minute, please, to speak. So, Frankton, you have 1 minute, please, to speak to this.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. And yeah, thanks everyone. And I really appreciate this wonderful initiative. And I want to congratulate you for the job well done. Some of us really are based in the diaspora and would want to be part of this train of kind of bringing about transformation in Africa's energy sector. How can we get involved?
Yes, so I'm sending you my email right now, and maybe we will have another platform to speak to this. But this is very encouraging and very welcome. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. Allow me, colleagues, because there is a lot of requests of the floor, but allow me really to take this one offline. Please reach out to me at any time. I would like, and also because our executive director has other engagement at 1 sharp Algiers time, allow me to please give the floor to Executive Director Rashid Abdallah to please close the meeting. Rest assured that we will be communicating. Executive Director, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mahdi. And actually, I would like again to thank all participants for joining us and keep themselves up to the end of this session. And also, I would like to thank the presenter. Of course, this just started journey. Our African Capacity Building Program is planned for 5 years. We already, as it is already explained, we have gap analysis. We know exactly what people need, and we commit ourselves to work with you, with all African member states, all Pan-African institutions to deliver that needs that requested for member state. So I am very optimistic, and we think that these efforts with your support will have a concrete result at the end, because at the end natural resources and technology itself cannot change the landscape of the energy, but of course the human capacity and institution capacity is the most crucial factors in the success. From AFREC sides, we are committed to work with everyone, and we are opening our door for collaboration so that this program, it will have a concrete result. Of course, Mahdi and the team will share with you the documents that we're talking about. And also we are planning for having the first session for renewable energy project planning, financing and implementation very soon. And we will continue to deliver training and institution capacity. And of course, I need to remind you, AFREC is not only working on capacity building, we are working on Africa Energy Information System, where is also have a very big capacity building component on energy statistics. We are working in energy transition. We are working on energy efficiency. What you also they have components on capacity building in terms of the energy efficiency. We have oil and gas. We have a very strong component on capacity building for methane emission mitigation. We are also working on bioenergy. We are working on renewable energy. So for us, capacity building is a part of all our work, but this program is specifically dedicated to deliver a specific capacity building that highlight in our gap analysis. So this just a short closing. And of course, we will continue engaging with everyone to have this journey very interesting for everyone and can have a real impact on the African energy sector development. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Executive Director, for those words. And of course, we will communicate for the launch of the online platform for the next in-person and online training, and more to come. I would like at the end to thank our interpreters, the speakers, the partners, and of course the participant. We look forward to continuing this collaboration and turning today's dialogue into concrete action that strengthen skills and institutions across Africa energy sector. So on behalf of AFREC, I wish you all a pleasant day. We are building a community, as I said at the beginning, so and we count you part of this already. So have a lovely day, everyone. And again, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day.
Have a lovely day. Bye bye.
Thank you.